Hello and welcome to News Pulse, your primetime English news bulletin. I'm Esther. These are the headlines. A local court in Mumbai extended the Narcotics Control Bureau custody of Aryan Khan and two others in the drug case till October 7th. The Supreme Court has ordered that no state should deny the ex-gratia a compensation of Rs 50,000 to the next kin of persons who died of COVID on the sole ground that the death certificate does not mention COVID-19 as the cause of death. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was detained by Uttar Pradesh police on Monday while on her way to meet the kin of four farmers who died in Lakhimpur Kheri. Now for the news in details. The Kohima District Planning and Development Board recommended the upgradation of Timinyu subdivision to that of Timinyu district to the government for consideration. This was decided in its monthly DPDB meeting held at the DPDB's Conference Hall, Kohima, today. It was under the chairmanship of Chairman and Advisor for Technical Education and Election, Meadow Yoka. The House had a marathon deliberation on the agenda where the concerned MLA and advisor, Veterinary and Animal Husbandry and Women Resources R. King and ADC Timinyu W. Manpai Pom, NCS, highlighted the aspirational of the Rengma tribe on the demand for upgradation of Timinyu subdivision to that of Timinyu district and the key data records of the subdivision to the House. Other legislators present in the meeting, Advisor of Urban Development and Municipal Affairs, Dr. Niki Salek Niki Khire and MLA Kenizako Nakro, and also the Vice President of Angami Public Organization, Nivor Ratsa, expressed their support for recommendation of the proposal to the government during the deliberation. On the agenda for upgradation of Public Health Center, Sechu Zabza, to Community Health Center, Nakro pressed upon the requirement for upgradation of the existing PHC to CHC as it is located in the National Highway where medical services with more facilities can be provided in times of emergencies as well as to the area people. The House deliberated on the matter along with the report submitted by CMO Kohima and further decided to recommend the matter to the government for consideration. Deputy Commissioner and Vice Chairman DPTB Gregory Tejawele also reminded the village adoption committees to initiate and activate the planned process of the adoption activities by the next DPDB meeting. The Congress suspended Assam legislator Sherman Ali Ahmed from the party for making provocative statements after party MLA sought that he be disciplined following the Bagba MLA's arrest on Saturday. Secretary Bobita Sharma said on Monday that State Unit President Bhupen Kumar Bora suspended the MLA with immediate effect for repeatedly violating party discipline. On Sunday, Assam Congress Legislature Party had recommended disciplinary action against Ahmed on the same charge. The Congress had earlier issued a show-cause notice to Ahmed for damaging the party's image ahead of by-polls in the state and for making communally sensitive comments with the intent to destroy social harmony. Ahmed was arrested on Saturday for making provocative statements over last month's violent eviction drive in Darang district that claimed 2 lives. He was remanded to 2 days in police custody by a city court on Sunday. The legislator has been charged under Section 153 and 153A of the Indian Penal Code for promoting enmity between different groups on grounds of religion, race, place of birth, residence, language and others. Last week, Ahmed had justified the killing of 8 people in Darang district around 4 decades back at the height of the statewide agitation against illegal infiltrators. Those killed are regarded as martyrs in Assam. The killings had taken place near the site of the recent eviction drive on September 23rd at Dholpur, 3 village in Darang district. 2 people died and nearly 20 others, including 11 policemen, were injured in the eviction drive. Around 1,200 families, most of them Bengali-speaking Muslims residing on government land for decades, were evicted from the area to establish an ambitious agricultural project. The Delhi government has issued a show cause notice to Sir Gangaram Hospital on complaints of allegedly not providing free treatment to economically weaker section category patients. The show cause notice was issued on the grounds of violation of Clause 18 of the schedule appended to Rule 14 of Delhi Nursing Homes Registration Rules 2011. A local court in Mumbai extended the Narcotics Control Bureau custody of Aryan Khan and two others in the drug case till October 7. The court announced its verdict on Monday after hearing the bail application filed by Aryan, the son of Bollywood actor Shah Rukh Khan, and his friend Arbas Merchant, and also Munmun Dhamecha in the drugs case. The court in its order said the co-accused possessed intermediate contraband. The accused accompanied them. An investigation is of prime importance. It will be essential for prosecution and accused to prove innocent. So far as seizure is affected and the assumption from the WhatsApp chats, the alleged contraband is seized. There is nothing to show the case against accused. Hence, they prayed for judicial custody. The NCB was conducting fresh raids and the incriminating material coupled with fresh arrests need to be corroborated. The others accused were arrested and new facts need to be verified, it further added. The narcotics cell police station personnel of Nagaland Police on October 3rd morning manning the interstate narcotic checkpoint at Khuzama, Kohima intercepted an XUV 300 with a Manipur license plate on the Kohima-Imphal National Highway, and with thorough search of the SUV resulted in recovery of smuggled gold weighing in a total of 48.14 kilograms and worth rupees 22 crore 78,46,620 approximately. The gold bars hidden inside the cover of the gear lever of the vehicle were packed neatly in 29 packets, each containing 10 gold bars and weighing approximately 166 grams each. The smuggled gold and the SUV carrying the yellow metal have been seized, and two persons, namely Saurabh Singh, 35 years of age, Pavan Kumar, 45 years of age, both residents of Uttar Pradesh, have been detained for further questioning to initiate appropriate legal action. ADGP Law and Order Sandeep Dhangare, IPS, while addressing a press conference, said that as per the preliminary information, the vehicle was coming from Manipur and was intercepted at Khuzama check gate. This will be one of the biggest seizures the state police has carried out till date and perhaps one of the largest seizures of gold in the country, he said. Last night, the personnel also seized illegal contraband suspected to be heroin, packed in 46 soap cases weighing approximately 552 grams and approximately 12 kilograms of suspected opium were also recovered. Besides that, he said on the night of October 2 itself, Highway Patrol Unit of Kohima Police under the supervision of SDPO North intercepted and recovered 532 grams of suspected heroin near Peducha. He said that in the quest for controlling the menace of drugs and narcotic substances along with the rest of the country, Nagaland Police is also equally committed. In the spirit of controlling narcotics, Nagaland Police have also in the last few months increased their efforts. He further said that it will be their endeavour to ensure that the main highway from Manipur linking Nagaland and Assam is made free of all kinds of illegal activities. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was detained by Uttar Pradesh police today while on her way to meet the kin of 4 farmers who died in Lakhimpur Kheri. Today's incident shows that the government is using politics to mow down farmers. This is the farmers' country, not BJP, she said. Saying that she was not committing any crime by deciding to meet the victim's kin, she questioned why she was stopped and that a warrant is needed. Gandhi, who was accompanied by party leader Dipender Singh Hooda, among others, had to take alternative routes to reach the bordering Hargaon area and Saitapur as heavy security was deployed on the main roads amid tension in the violence-hit region of Lakhimpur. The Supreme Court on Monday said it will examine whether the farmers who have challenged the 3 farm laws in the court have the right to protest when the issue is sub judice. A bench headed by Justice A.M. Khanwilkar said it will decide if the right to protest is an absolute right. The bench was hearing a plea of Kisan Mahapanchayat, a farmers' body, to allow it to hold Satyagraha at Jantar Mantar, New Delhi. The apex court also remarked that though the protesters are claiming their agitation is peaceful, they did not take responsibility for the violence and destruction of the public property there, while referring to the Lakhimpur Kheri incident. When such events happen, nobody takes responsibility, and damage to property and physical damage caused, and no one takes responsibility, the bench said. Attorney General K.K. Venugopal, appearing for Centre, replied that there should be no further protests to prevent incidents like Lakhimpur Kheri. The top court expressed its disapproval towards holding protests when petitions challenging the farm laws are already pending before the Constitutional Court. Bharatiya Janata Party has named its candidates for by-elections to 3 assembly constituencies in Assam. The BJP has pitted Phanidar Talukdar from Bhabanipur, Rupjoyti Kumi from Mariani and Sushanta Borgoin from Taura assembly constituencies. Polling in these constituencies will take place on October 30th and the counting of votes will take place on November 2nd. The Supreme Court on Monday, while approving the Centre's disaster management guidelines on payment of Rs 50,000 ex gratia compensation to the next kin of those who died of COVID-19, said that the money to be dispersed within 30 days of applying. Justice M.R. Shah and Justice A.S. Bopana ordered that no state should deny the ex gratia compensation of Rs 50,000 to the next kin of persons who died of COVID on the sole ground that the death certificate does not mention COVID-19 as the cause of death. The bench approved the guidelines issued by the National Disaster Management Authority for grant of compensation in COVID-19 death cases. The apex court asked the centre and states to give wide publicity to the ex gratia scheme. Next of kin of deceased died due to COVID-19 will get ex gratia of 50,000, which shall be minimum and over and above amounts paid by centre and state under various schemes, the bench directed. The payment will be from state disaster relief funds, it added. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal on Monday announced a 10-point winter action plan to tackle air pollution in the national capital, which includes the formation of 75 teams under an anti-dust campaign to review the situation and penalize those flouting guidelines. He said that currently air pollution is under control in Delhi, but it will start rising with stubble burning in the neighbouring states in winters. He alleged that the central government and neighbouring states did not do anything to check stubble burning by farmers, which will lead to air pollution in the winter season. The government has formed 75 teams of an anti-dust campaign to review the situation and penalize those flouting guidelines, he added. Kejriwal said that the government is studying the impact of smoke tower, and if the result is good, then more towers will be installed. The Chief Minister further said that this government is building the country's first eco-waste park spread in an area of 20 acres in Delhi. Steps will also be taken to address the traffic jam on 64 identified roads to reduce vehicular pollution, he said. The Pollution Under Control initiative will be strictly followed with the formation of 500 teams to check the vehicles, he added. The government of Nagaland on September 27 issued a new standard operating procedure permitting students to resume physical classes for students of classes 5 to 10 from October 1st. Most of the schools reopened today. HornbillTV spoke with a few school principals and students regarding their opinion on schools reopening, whether teachers are vaccinated or not, and how they are maintaining the SOPs. Let us get more details from our reporter Kirkesinyo Kyowo.
Godwin Higher Secondary School, and just a few days ago, after almost a year of waiting, the government has already allowed classes 5 and above to resume their classes as usual again, and they've allowed 50% seating capacity for the students. And right now, as I've already said, we are here at Godwin Higher Secondary School, and we will get to know how they are maintaining their SOPs and also if all the teachers are vaccinated and how the classes will be going about with the 50% capacity. Let us get to know more details from the management and the teachers. So, sir, now that classes have already started for also class 5 and above, how are you maintaining the SOPs?
As per the norms given by the government, we are trying to follow as much as possible. Like say at the gate, we are doing thermal testing for all the students. And after that, again, sanitizer is there for everybody, all the students, they sanitize. Every morning, we are sanitizing the classrooms before real class starts.
How about the vaccination of the teachers? Are all the teachers here vaccinated?
Most of the teachers are vaccinated. One or two teachers, because of some sickness, because of that doctor's advice, they have not taken, but they will also take very soon. They are not coming to, we are not allowing those teachers to attend classes.
So how do you feel, like classes resuming again?
It feels great because online class, it's like we cannot focus much on online class and we get to learn more like offline.
What is the turn up of the students today?
For the government schools, the order has not been issued yet. The private schools have been given a permit already, and for government schools, we're awaiting. The students coming right now are from class 11 and 12 only. Even if they have a slight cough and fever, we ask them to stay away. Maintenance of SOPs, as far as possible, we're trying. And COVID is something that we can't really predict how much careful we can be, but it has been advised and taught properly to the students to maintain their own safety measures. And I think the best and only safe thing that we can really do is to ensure we wear a mask at all times.
After a gap of more than 1 year, classes has resumed for you, like a few days ago. So how do you feel?
This pandemic caused a lot of problems to us. Like we can't able to catch up with our lessons and like that. But like as the classes resume, the class is going well. And we're trying the best, and we maintain our social distance. Like we have our sanitizer here. Like we used to learn more in offline classes and online. Through online, most of them used to give their attendance and like play games, etc. But due to offline, we used to learn more.
So we have another student with us, so we'll ask her, how do you feel coming back to classes after a gap of more than 1 year?
It's very difficult to us to catch up with teachers. We learn more in flying classes.
Okay. So we got to know from the teachers and the students of both Godwin Higher Secondary School and Government Higher Secondary School Chumukidima that they are very happy that the classes has resumed, and also they're also keeping in mind and maintaining the SOPs. And when it comes to the vaccination of the teachers, they have stated that most of the teachers has been vaccinated, but there were a handful, 3 to 4 of them who are yet to be vaccinated because of health issues. I'm reporter K. Christine Yukiho with camera person Villiers for Hornbill TV.
That's all for News Pulse. I'm Esther. Keep watching Hornbill TV.